welcome everybody to Alignable Small Business Essential Series. And in this series, we cover topics that we've heard our over 8 million members want to learn more about. We bring in experts like Beth to help our members understand the latest ways to boost their business. I'm Randy Penfield from Alignable. I have the pleasure of hosting today's event, AI and social media. Love it or hate it? So true, right? Why are we presenting this today? Well, we know that marketing and social media, it's important to most, if not all, small businesses. And now with AI coming on the scene, there are so many different ways that it can help your marketing and take it to the next level. Many members have shared with us that they just aren't sure how to use AI to really make their life, their marketing, their business really easier. So when creating marketing content, especially social media content, graphics, they want help. So that's why we have Beth Brown, owner of Shine Social media agency, joining us today to help really end that confusion about AI, social media, how to use it. Now, a little bit about Beth. As I mentioned, Beth is the owner of Shine Social. Her company was built on the foundational values of transparency, honesty, dependability, and trustworthiness, with Beth ensuring that every client's best interest is at the forefront of their strategy. So Beth and her team dive into understanding a client's unique perspective, value proposition, target persona, and business objectives to really help them reach their goal, or goals, I should say. Now, a little bit housekeeping before Beth takes over and I mute, turn off my camera. We're going to kick off the event with Beth's presentation, followed by questions. So as you have questions, add it to the Q&A box. I'll make sure to share them with Beth so that she can answer them. The chat is disabled. I'm going to man the chat, share links. I will share a recording with everybody after the webinar. It'll probably happen tomorrow. I'll share the recording and it'll go out in an email along with any of the links that we talked about. Now, notice at the top of your screen, there is a banner. And I noticed a few people already mentioned that they were in Beth's last masterclass and it was life-changing for their social media content. So Beth has another masterclass on February 28th at 2 p.m. It's going to be deeper dive, and Beth will talk a little bit more about this towards the end, but a deeper dive into using AI with your social media. So it's all about mastering AI to create content, images, and much more, all for your social media. It is a small group, 30 or less, cameras on, interactive, 75 minutes, hands-on, where you're going to learn to master AI, ChatGPT, and use it for your social media. Last time it did sell out. There is a charge for it. It's $49. We heard from our members they were willing to pay to have an expert where they could really dive deeper and ask questions. So at any time, you can click that link and register. We already have some people that have registered. A few people are already commenting in the Q&A. Headed over there to sign up, Beth. So I am sure that it's going to sell out again. So I'm going to mute. I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to let you take over. I'll join you after your presentation.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I hope everyone can hear me. It's hard to not be in charge, but I'm glad that I've got Randy on my side and she's so awesome. But yes, I'm Beth Brown. I have Shine Social Co. I'm a country girl living in the city up here in Oklahoma. And we've got this great presentation for you today about AI and social media. Love it or hate it. Why not just learn how to do both so you can really enjoy it? Okay, so let's get started here. I'm not really used to Canva, and I do have some other tabs I want to show you. So I'm scared to death to get out of this presentation. I don't want to mess anything up. I do have my two screens going. But let's just get started and see what happens. I will say I do work from home. This is my home office. I have dogs. And of course, you know how it is whenever we have presentations, someone usually always comes to the door and the dogs will bark. So crossing my fingers, that won't happen today. But if it does, just know I have 3 wonderful doggies laying here, and they like to bark and protect me. Okay, so let's talk about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, also known as AI. It can really, if you haven't already noticed a little bit, it can really transform and help you, especially with what I do in social media efforts. And social media is such a pain for a lot of small business owners. I know I do it every day for, a handful of people, including myself. And doing it for myself is the worst. So I know, I really do understand that it's not very easy. It's not very enjoyable sometimes. I just happen to love it. And so I love to share what I love about it and how you can love it better, I guess you could say, and how we can use artificial intelligence to help you out on that. So if you can learn how to use some of the tools I'm going to be sharing, I have 12 tools today. It can save you some time and enhance a lot of the things that you're doing. So here we go. What is AI? Basically, AI is artificial intelligence computer systems that can perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence. Okay, so like visual perception, speech recognition, decision making. And did you know AI has been around since it was first, I guess, launched kind of in the mid 1950s? Yep, it has. And for some reason, we all kind of act like this is the first time we've heard about it. But really, it's been around for a lot longer. If you think about it, think about Grammarly. That's an AI tool. Not scary, huh? If you think of it like Grammarly. Okay, what it is not, and this is the good thing, artificial intelligence does not have any ego. And it doesn't need to be right to protect its self-worth. So it doesn't defend or rationalize. There will also be some tasks that we do better than a robot because of our human heart. So that's good news for everyone. So artificial into AI is really good at recalculating and recalibrating better than most humans. And I will say, I'm going to shout out to my husband right now because he is a numbers dude. He was top of his class in math, very good at math. If I have any sort of percentage question or anything, I give it to him and he and gives it to me. Not my strength. So, how can we use AI in social media? So we have, like we said, the facial recognition that can give you content recommendations, chatbots, analytics. It can help you generate and edit content like captions and graphics and videos, which is going to save you a ton of time. So we have, I'm not going to read all through all these things. You get the ebook of this presentation with links to all of the AI tools we're talking about today. So you don't have to take a ton of notes, and there is a recording. So you can use AI for audience analysis, chatbots, and optimization. And so we're going to kind of go into those. And here we start with ChatGPT. And I wish I could see a show of hands to see how many of you currently use ChatGPT. It's my favorite. I'm not even kidding. It's my favorite. I use it for everything. And I'm going to show you some examples. But it can generate a ton of stuff, not just for social media, but for everything. And this is where I was going to try to, we'll just try it on this one. This will be the easy. I'm going to minimize my screen. And we're just so scared of stopping the share. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. So I have to stop the share. I'm sorry, Randy. We're going to try it. We're trying it. ChatGPT sharing. Can we see ChatGPT? Can y'all see ChatGPT? Can somebody? Randy, can you tell me if we can see ChatGPT?
Yep, they can say it.
Okay,
Just want to watch
perfect.
our timing.
Yes, yes. Okay, perfect. So here's what ChatGPT looks like. This is ChatGPT 4. I do have the paid prescription. This is one of the ones I would definitely highly recommend paying for. So if you were to take a look in your fridge, I think we've talked about this before, and you say, I have sour cream, whatever. You could type in all these different things. And you say, but my kid does not like onions. It can generate a recipe for you using some of the stuff that's written in your fridge. So that's it. Going back over here. Where am I? I'm losing my place here. Okay, so I use ChatGPT a lot for brainstorming, developing ideas for social media posts, um, writing up a quick email. I've even recently have it making me service proposals to give to potential clients. Like I will record our discovery call, take that transcript, pop it into ChatGPT so I don't miss anything, and I'll ask it to generate a proposal. And then I just fill it all in with my pricing, what is important and what isn't. And I really generate a great proposal, and I haven't forgotten much of anything. And it can arrange your data and go on and on and on. Over here, you see my GPTs. There's an image generator that does really good with your images right now. Okay, I'm going to get back to this other screen because it's scaring me. Stop sharing. And I want to share the new one back. I may not do that again. That makes me really nervous. Okay. So just know that in the masterclass, we'll go into a deeper dive of the ChatGPT module. We'll talk about your custom instructions, GPTs, and all the things. I'm really excited about it. So we're going to keep going. I'm nervous about time because I do tend to talk a lot. All right. This is what I just talked about in ChatGPT, what we can use it for.
Can you go full screen, Beth?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Just stay on the, yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
We can show the tools after the slides.
Yes. One thing I want to know, Randy, how can I see what slide I'm on? Okay, here we are. Okay, good. I'm right on track. So let's talk about graphic images real quick. And because we all know that's a really big thing on social media. Caption is just important, but what stops the scroll initially is usually the image. Now, with an exception of LinkedIn and Alignable and a few others, Twitter maybe, or X, the caption really can stop the scroll first before you even see the image. And especially in Alignable and LinkedIn, you don't even have to have an image half the time. If you've got a really good caption, that can stop their scroll and generate a lot of engagement, which is key for social media. So here are my main tools I use for graphic images and talking heads video, which is basically just me recording and talking on the phone on a video to share. Canva. Canva is the easiest thing pretty much it's very user friendly. And we've talked about this in the previous thing a little bit, but I use these tools together. Descript, highly recommend. It's the easiest video editor out there right now. All you have to do is just record yourself on your phone, send it into Descript, it populates it with the transcript, and you can just delete out the sentences that you don't want in that video, and it cuts it out of the video. It's my favorite tool, but sometimes I want to do some extra stuff. And I really may have to stop and share with you what I made in here so you can see how I used all three of these tools to create one of the contents for.
Why don't we do it after the presentation?
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. I like that idea. Okay, because it really helps bring it all together. I can say I use Canva, Descript, and CapCut, but until you see it, how it all comes together, it's hard to understand. But these are my top tools for editing, for graphics and video. All right. Next week for my reels and TikToks, and even for some of the graphics too, Adobe Express is really easy. It connects with Adobe Stock Photos, and Adobe Stock Photos has some of the great, really good stock photos that's pretty affordable. Canva, and then Audio Socket. I use Audio Socket all the time for music. It's very inexpensive. You can use the music free, like it's a music licensing program. And so I use this music a lot, and I'll show you at the end how I use some of the music, especially if you don't have a lot of access to a lot of good music. this has a ton. All right. And then for AI generated images specifically, once again, Canva, it does okay. DALL-E is integrated with ChatGPT. Midjourney is with Discord. And then Simple Booklet is how I pull it all together. And I'll show you once again at the end how I kind of made my business card and how I put the QR code from Canva. Canva has free QR code apps. And then you put it into Simple Booklet, and then it's all integrated together. So from my business card, they can scan the QR code, and then it pulls up a simple booklet with a ton of links, my most important links. I still have a website, but I have, you've got to make it easy for people to be able to just connect with you, grab whatever it is that you've got for them. The easier, the better. So if they don't really want to have to go to your website and then search through your website to go schedule with you, why not just give them the scheduling link? Why not just give them the download link instead of having them go through the website? If they want to learn more about you, of course, they're going to go for your website, but they need it easy. So here's a close-up of my most recent business card. And Beth, the rock star. And I'm not just saying I'm a rock star. I've always dreamed of being a rock star secretly down deep inside, and astronauts and all the things. So I decided I'm just going to have fun. Why can't I be a rock star in my dream world? So on my business card, I made myself into a rock star, and I can show you how I did that too, hopefully at the end. I used DALL-E, I used Midjourney, and I used Canva to create that one image of myself. It's not even my hair, it's just my face. Okay, and here's the back of the business card. Stage setting with the rock stove, and then there's that QR code. And from the QR code, it sends you to this landing page, which I created in Canva. It's now vertical because I decided more people would most likely be able to use it on their phone. So I changed the layout to be vertical, and those are clickable links from their phone that I did all in Canva and then into Simple Booklet. So I hope you could see kind of from where I started with the presentation to kind of our journey to where we are now, how much AI tools I use on a daily basis for all these wonderful things. And it just is really cool. They're easy. I didn't have to hire a professional to do all that stuff. You just kind of learn gradually and a little bit and a little bit and a little bit more. All right, so let's talk about audience, and that was all about content. Now we're going to talk about audience analysis and engagement. What this means is your analytics, like who's clicking on your post, what posts perform better, what platform is doing better, how many followers, are followers dropping off, are they engaged, are they interested, chat bots for engagement. When people slide into your DMs, can you automate that with a chat bot? And then using AI to tailor your content to specific audiences. Like if you have a specific audience buyer type, if they are emotional or analytical. There are some times when I'll have my whole caption written, and it's great for Instagram and Facebook, but I'm going to be doing a video. So I want to make sure that I have a good caption for TikTok, which is usually only one sentence, maybe two. So I will take that caption and I'll ask ChatGPT to write me a caption for TikTok for that. And it just does it. And it's very short. And then, of course, if there's words in there I would never use, then I just simply don't use those and I'll replace them with mine. Okay, so here are some of the tools I use for audience analysis and engagement. The first one is Metricool. Y'all have heard me talk about this one a lot. And the reason I like Metricool so much is because I've used a bunch. I've used a lot of tools, a lot of scheduling tools. When I first started, I would just use whatever the client had. And then as we moved on, I would find out that I really liked this one. And so I would subscribe to that one, and I would just ask that the clients come onto the platform I was using. And that way I could have them all in one place. And so I've used a lot. I have been on Metricool for going on 2 years. It does have um, a free one, and the paid one is one of the most inexpensive ones out there, and it's super easy to use. It's a great scheduler, and the reason why you might want a scheduler is because it can schedule out to multiple platforms. Facebook Meta has a scheduler, but it will only schedule out to Facebook and Instagram. Metrical will actually go to Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, uh, X, and then Google Business. The only one it doesn't do is Alignable. We're going to have to get Alignable to start sharing some APIs with some of these schedulers to make it easier for us, right? But for now, we just copy and paste over to Alignable. All right, mini chat. There are so many out there, just like a ton of schedulers, there's a ton of chat bots. I kind of like mini chat. Somebody mentioned the other day about another one, so I'm going to learn a new one. But right now, I'm very familiar with mini chat. I don't use it a lot because I'm not there yet. And probably most of you aren't there yet to need a chat bot. But when you do, it's there and it'll be there for you. And then, of course, ChatGPT is great when it comes to analyzing stuff. If you know how to put it back into ChatGPT to analyze what you've got, or like I said, captions and descriptions, just how I have it do TikTok captions for me sometimes. All right. So let's talk about it as far as content management, the automated post scheduling, like we were just talking about schedulers, content curation. It can suggest types of content that's relevant to your audience, and help you create content calendars. And I was going to show you how to do it in ChatGPT today, just real quick, like a prompt, but I don't know if we'll have time. But we'll definitely get into all of this in that master class, really showing you how to do all this stuff specifically with ChatGPT, because there's almost nothing ChatGPT cannot do. All right. Personalized content. You can customize content for each of your audience segments to boost engagement. So sometimes my audience is different on LinkedIn than they are on Instagram. And sometimes the type of content I'm sharing is more for a LinkedIn audience than it is for Instagram. So I will make sure that I get some help in that, so my brain doesn't have to think as hard. So if you write one caption, you can tweak it, like we were talking about a minute ago, the four buyer personality types. It's the same content, just tweaked a little bit. You can also schedule it for different days with a different image. So sometimes you can take the one post, we do this a lot, and I will schedule it for this day, and then I may schedule it again 3 months down the road and possibly just change out the first sentence or the call to action or even the image, but it's the same content. So it's all about making your life easier and kind of repurposing and reusing those ideas in your head to make them go further. It can also suggest hashtags. One of the AI tools I use, and they're all right here. Once again, we just talked about Metrical as far as the insights and performance. They've got great reports, y'all. Okay, hashtags, Flick. This one's really up and coming. I've been using Flick for a couple of years now, only for hashtag strategy. They analyze the hashtags on all of the accounts that we have it connected to so that we know which hashtags are performing better than others. But Flick is one to watch. I'm not sure how much they are kind of expensive for us to use for hashtags. I wouldn't recommend it really unless your main platforms were Instagram and TikTok, maybe where you needed more hashtags. But Flick is really incorporating some really cool AI things lately. They are doing caption generators. They are offering image generation. I'm not that impressed with their images yet, but this is one of my favorite things about AI. Today, right now, this is the worst AI is ever going to get. So although I'm not really excited about Flick's capabilities where it comes to images, this is the worst it's going to get for them right now. They're just going to continue to get better. So Flick, and they're also allowing scheduling. So this is one to watch. It's all in one. Although Metrical does have some hashtag suggestions, I really like Flick for their hashtags. And if they continue to improve and get better in those other areas as far as captions and graphics, they are really one to start looking into. And then, of course, ChatGPT. I mean, I can't say enough about ChatGPT, so I won't today. I'll say more later on the 28th. All right. So how can you get started with AI and social media? Try free AI writing tools like ChatGPT to help you generate social media captions and posts. If you are very, very unfamiliar with ChatGPT, start out like I did with the refrigerator. I have a friend, she simply takes a picture of what's in her fridge and uploads it into ChatGPT and ask it to give her some dinner recommendations, keeping in mind that her 11-year-old does not like onions. Same with my 11-year-old. When you're thinking like during the day and working and you're like, man, I wish I had some help with that. AI is your assistant. It's your intellectual assistant. Think about what is out there that could possibly help you with that task that you need to be doing right then. Okay, also use it to leverage your graphic designs and to analyze your audience. So captions, graphic designs, analytics. It can also help you to use the automation for scheduling your post, chat bots. This is just going to kind of recap, and then just start small. Focus on 1 to 2 AI tools that can solve your biggest pain problems. Just instead of overhauling everything at once. For me, when I hear of a new AI tool, I have a bookmark folder on my Google desktop, and I just pull it up and save it there. And then in my calendar every week, I have like 3 learning hours during the week that I've set aside to learn something new. And that's when I'll go take or continue a course I've purchased, or I will look at an AI app that's been recommended and learn about it then. And I may not ever use it again. I may decide I don't like it or the price isn't worth it to me right now. But that's kind of how I do it. Otherwise, it can get very, very overwhelming. So to recap the whole thing, AI can really, really provide you with some powerful tools to enhance your social media efforts and beyond anything you're working on. Leverage AI to help you with creating content, analyzing your audience, figuring out when the best time is to post, which is not necessarily important. I think if you're just posting and doing good to do that, then that's good enough. You can save a ton of time and have fun because you're learning some really fun things. And then you're going to start seeing, oh, I wonder if it can do this. I wonder if I can use it for that. It's quite amazing.